what's up, my outrageous little O-lollyberries? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Daily Grind, I don't know what DE did with that last patch to Kuva liches, but I have not one, but two new Kuva weapons. So today we're gonna get to take a look at the Kuva Chakkhur as well as the Kuva Shieldeg. Now, as you can see, I have come unprepared yet again. I totally forgot to pull up my next Kuva lich for you guys to take a gander at, but if you guys are curious as to how to get your hands on these Kuva weapons, I will leave a link up in the top corner as well as one down in the description box below to all of the Kuva lich systems, just in case you need more clarification. Now, one of the things that I haven't been pointing out is that some of these weapons actually have a mastery rank tied to them. Now, of course, I'm way past that already, so I'm not sure if it actually prevents you from claiming them. However, the Shildeg does have a mastery rank of 13, while the Chakkhur has a mastery rank requirement of 15. I'm not sure if it does anything though. Just putting that out there. If you know, leave it in the comments below. So, kicking things off, we have the Kuva Shieldeg, a crushing, killing, rocket-powered stab hammer. Grineer, naturally. I actually love all of those adjectives just smooshed together in one sentence. Now, as you can see, the attack speed on this is fairly low at 0.917, so the animation is gonna lag a little bit. The blocking angle is actually not bad at 50%. Now, as you can see, this thing does have a lot of critical chance to it at 31%, and its critical multiplier is 2.7 times. Ooh, it's so juicy. Now, as you can see right here, its status is actually pretty nice too, sitting at 27%. Now, when it comes to its IPS breakdown, this is gonna lean heavily into puncture and more into impact. Slash is lagging behind pretty intensely, which makes me kind of sad because I know that there are a couple like deceptive slash hammers out there. Listen, it's not just the glass one. We also have the titty hammer that's a little slashy. And as you can see, DE is actually went ahead and added in the heavy attack stats just in case you guys are curious about that at all. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at how this performs, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of up in the air about it. I think that for general play, it's not going to be bad at all. But from my experience, like up against like higher leveled enemies, I think that I would rather take one of the other hammers. I just don't feel like this is as fantastic. I mean, we're making some good work of Mr. Billy right now, but I don't know, is it just me? Are you not feeling impressed? That didn't feel very impressive to me at all. Let's go ahead and try one more combo, and then we'll take a look at the build and maybe alter the build real quick for you guys to play around with. However, I have played around with a couple different variations. As you can see, and one of the things that I want to make notice, just in case Tweep is watching, this is the combo that locks you in place for hammers, and you can't move afterwards. So this combo is actually taken even longer than the previous one. So me personally, I don't know. I don't love it. It's got good stats, so a part of me is like, you should really, really like this. But a part of me is not super duper on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the build and maybe alter it just a little bit. So as you can see, what we do have is we have Blood Rush. We have Condition Overload in there. It's basically a hybrid build, and we're using Corrosive. Now, the main reason that we are using Corrosive is because of the fact that this does not have a great strong slash base. A part of me really felt strongly about that. The other thing that I did want to toss in is the Prime Fury, mainly because of the fact that it feels so incredibly slow. Now, I'm thinking maybe we could swap this up a little bit. Maybe we could do a little viral, maybe knockout drifting. Oh, I don't want to knock out drifting contact. Maybe we'll knock out drifting contact, and then we'll toss on maybe like a slash thing. We'll see if we have space. I'm not even sure if we're gonna have space for it. So let's go ahead and start a little bit with where is it? The viral one? Oh my god. All right, I am probably passing it completely because I completely forget these things. So there's that. Are we gonna have enough space? I don't think we are gonna have enough space. God damn it. Can we maybe move this around and maybe move this around? Maybe that does something? No, I don't think it does anything. Let's just go ahead and try it with viral real quick. Maybe, let's toss on like a, because they just made some changes to True Steel. as well as the Umbra mod. What's the Umbra mod sitting at 16? Oh, that's not good. I'm not going to be able to fit both of those on. So let's just go ahead and try True Steel real quick, because for those of you guys who don't know, they actually buffed up the base critical chance of True Steel. So as you can see, they bumped it up to 120. So that actually gives us a couple bonus stacks already straight out the gate. They also did a nice little buff to Sacrificial Steel that's actually 220, and I believe that's before you even get any of the other benefits on there. So let's go ahead and see if I can fit this in with a little bit of the slash. Maybe that'll help out a little bit. Oh, okay, we could just fit it in. Perfect. So let's take a look at how this fares. Maybe kind of like trying to lean this a little bit more into slash will help like encourage it a little bit more. Maybe it'll perform a little bit better. I don't really know if I'm getting it, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I feel like this performed almost as well. Let's try heavy attack. Yeah, I feel like it performed about as well as it did with corrosive, and we didn't have to do any of the crazy gymnastics with it. So me personally, the Shieldeg, it's not even dead yet. They're not even dead yet. Now they are. The Shieldeg is fine. I don't think it's the best around. I prefer some of the other hammers more to this, and I have been using other hammers in addition to this because, I don't know, I really like the hammer stance right now, but that's just me. Moving along, we have the Kuva Chakkhurr. Detonate heads with this slow-firing rifle that rewards precision. Basically what DE is saying is, get some head, and we'll treat it to a nice little bonus. In this case, it's bonus damage. Now, this is a projectile-based weapon, so there are two different instances of damage. So whenever you shoot, you'll actually have a nice little splash zone of about 2.7 meters. Now, as you can see, the accuracy is 100%, which is really, really nice because of the fact that, again, this is projectile-based and it's not a sniper. Keep that in mind. It's full-on, I guess you would say, hunter's rifle. It's like a flintlock. You'll see. Its critical chance is 50%, which pairs nicely with its critical multiplier at 2.3 times. It's very, very juicy. And its reload speed. Let me tell you right now, while it has a beautiful reload animation, that 3.3 really hurts my heart. But the status chance is 27%, so that is quite nice. Now, as you can see, DE has actually cleaned up the UI a little bit. It's got that impact damage there for the projectile hitting your target, but they've actually separated out the radial attack. So fancy. So the range is 2.7, and it's actually got an interesting spread, because usually we just have blast as the radial attack, but this time it's actually got some IPS in there, specifically P and S. The puncture comes in as the main source of damage, then it's got a little bit of slash, and then at the very, very end is when the blast comes in. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at how this baby works. Now, let's spawn some billies. As you can see, I've got 6 there, and I've paused them so that you can see the kind of a radius that is going on. I'm going to try to go for the head here. So as you can see right there, it's got a nice little radius around that main target. So once again, it's getting some groups, but it is quite slow. So that's definitely the part that hurts this. But I also want you to pay attention to the max ammo of this. It's only got a max ammo of 55. There's that reload animation, so pretty. But yeah, the max ammo is only 55, which definitely hurts this. I mean, it is an explosive weapon, but I also wish that they kind of had just upped it just a little bit to make it a little bit more comfortable to use. Maybe it's because they kind of want to push us to use one of the weapon excellence slots in there for ammo mutation. You could totally do that, or you could also go ahead and use this with a little bit of the flight speed projectile, because as you can see, it is a projectile-based weapon. Now, the thing that I have to say about this is I feel like this is a very chancy weapon. I've taken 2 shots at him, and as you can see, I've kind of like let him bleed out. As you can see, I've also used the term "as you can see" very, very much, so I'm gonna try to tone that back. And when I was playing around with different builds for this, I noticed that it's just a lot of chance. Like, when you get Hunter's Munitions to go off, because I am using a Hunter's Munitions build, and you get the right statuses to kind of eat away at the enemy, you'll just notice his health drop so fast and it gets really, really ugly. But right now, we're not getting the right mix of statuses, so it's actually taking a little bit longer to take him down and bleed him out. There's some other times where literally I fired off one shot and that fucker was almost dead straight out of the gate. So part of me is like, for something with this low an ammo, I mean, look, literally, look at how impressive that looks. And that's why I think it's very important. Some people are like, Rob, your videos go on for way too long. But I feel like I need to give you several shots of me killing that enemy so you can see the consistency of it. Like the second and third shots, or not second and third, but like the second and third comparisons, if you showed me one clip and you didn't show me the other, one would lead me to say, oh, this weapon's crap. And then the other one would lead me to go, wow, this weapon is absolutely amazing. So I always want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a mix when we go ahead and kind of like take on these enemies. Also keep in mind, there's very few people that are fighting 165s unless you really fucking shit up with your Kuva liches. Then you might be seeing them a little bit more often. I'm just saying. So this is actually what I've gone with, which is, of course is the typical setup where we go ahead and use Viral, we try to half the health, and then we use Hunter's Munitions and Vigilante Fervor to try to push the slash procs. Now, of course, this does have its own base slash, which is fairly low, but it's always nice to have that additional 30% for this to go off. There are a couple different options that you could do with this. You could try to drop Vigilante Fervor and go with Argon Scope to really try to push the crits. And we can take a look at that now, but again, like I was saying, I feel like the builds on this tend to be very luck based. It's kind of like, am I going to get all of the procs that I need in order to, you know, get, you know, the slash procs to go off and really eat the enemy. And as you can see right there, like, maybe if we had gotten that third shot, it would have looked a lot better. But it's kind of luck based. While I am getting orange crits, I think that might be good for like regular stuff. But me personally, I don't know. I could also, I mean, oh, that was kind of impressive. See, a part of me was like, oh, that's kind of sexy. And it makes me kind of want to use this setup a little bit more. But what we can experiment with is, because my Chakkhur is toxin based, we could try to drop Malignant Force, right? And we could try Hunter's Munitions. We're doing this all live, just to let you know. I played around with some other stuff, but we're going to see if we can make this work too. So let's see what happens with this specific setup. And maybe this will be even better. But we'll find out in a hot second. Because you have to keep in mind, we did end up dropping the status chance a little bit. See, I don't know if that's luck. I don't know if that's going to be more consistent. But let's give it another couple shots, and then we'll call it a day, and we'll decide how we feel about whatever setup it is. I will say that that is a little bit of a game changer for this thing to have built-in toxin. Like, this is kind of consistently feeling kind of good. So we might end up running with this. But, you know, being able to kind of like modify your weapon or use your progenitor to modify the damage type bonus on this weapon is kind of nice. I'll actually leave a link to that video in case you haven't seen it. It's gonna say that it's about ephemeras, but it'll also talk about progenitors and what progenitors will end up getting you certain elements. I believe for toxin it is Korra, Oberon, Saren, and Nidus, I think. There's several different progenitors that will end up doing it. But I actually think that I might end up liking this setup a little bit more. Oh, see, we're going on a bad run. We're going on a bad, I don't know. A part of me thinks that this is the best setup that we've had so far. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. I might end up running with this for a little bit longer. That's fire rate. Oh my god, I wasn't even going with the right one. I'm such a dummy. It should be Vigilante. What is the other one? Armaments. Vig. Okay, let's try Armaments real quick. I'm such a dummy. I felt like it was firing a little bit faster. Alright, let's give this a shot. I'm embarrassed. I'm very, very embarrassed. I wasn't even using the right thing. We got it right in the end, okay? We got it right in the end, and it's looking like this might be it. it's looking like this might be it. Let me know if you guys felt that this was the way to go down in the comments below, or if you preferred a different build, toss that down there as well. Regardless, let's say that's it. So that's gonna do it for me for now. Let me know if you're excited for any of the other Kuva weapons specifically. I'm still gonna get back on the hunt. I also have a Kuva Chakkhurr that I have yet to show you guys, but I want to play around with it a little bit more. Regardless, that about does it for me for now. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your fuzzy sweater, cause it's back and out the laundry. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.